Howdy, everyone. Frank, KG6NLW here, coming to you live for the NorCal SwapNet. This is hosted every Thursday night on the N6ICW Repeater system in the Northern California area. I will drop the link for it. Let's see. There we go. Hi, Mike. Good to talk to you on HF earlier. Yeah, so this is the microphone I'm using, and this is exactly how I talk into it. So there you go. Gives you a little idea of how I sound as well. I will be here as long as the net's running. It starts in about 4 minutes, and it runs to about 8:45 local or 04... No, 0345 UTC. Hi, James. Good to see you in there. I'll be in the chat ready to answer any questions you might have. And let's switch over to the official N6ICW page. So, Mike, just I put it in the chat already, and I'll try and grab it the best I can. But I do need a couple bits of information from you. Where's my finger? There's my finger. Up there in the corner above my head next to chat, name, call, location, items for buy, sell, trade, and contact info, phone or email. I know your call, I know your name, and all that. How do people get a hold of you? That is what I need from you in order to make that listing complete so I can relay it into Armand. Yeah, I know. I forgot. I forgot you're Smitty, but I go by usually what's there first. So yeah. Contact info. That's the last thing I need from you in order to get that listing in there. And once Armand gets going here, I already have the fader up so that I can hear the radio audio in the cans before y'all do. And I want to give a huge shout out to Hollywood here, WECB640. He was a huge help with my audio live stream last night. It is now private, so if you missed it, you missed it. Sorry, folks. It was mostly just for testing, and that was... Hollywood gave me a lot of good information. We got a lot worked out last night. So thank you for that. And we're still working on the back end here. James, of course you do. Of course. Of course you do. You sure it's only wooden nickels you accept? Let's see. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna test this, make sure this is working right. That's usually what's going to happen if things don't behave. Oh, that didn't come true. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. Okay, so I have something to work out there, Hollywood. Yeah, crickets. Yeah, we get to a certain point in NorCal Swap that if we don't have listings, we go to crickets. What about Aussie Dollaroos, aka Aussie dollars? Yeah, that's the other one. Ah, it is 8 p.m. Let's bring in Armand.
on N6ICW. So buy and sell sell, trade, giveaway, and discuss amateur and amateur-related gear, amateur-related stuff going on, swap meets, all kinds of things like that. And we invite one and all of you to check into the net, especially if you have a listing. And here's how to do that. Before we go on, my name is Armand, A-R-M-A-N-D, and again, someplace in join it. Your folks. Let us know how much you want for the item. The message coming in from KG6NLW, but since I'm talking, I can't get Sierra to read me the message. But howdy doody, Frank. Anyway, if you are selling an item, certain criteria, let us know if you're willing to ship the item. Would you like people to come and pick it up from you, or are you willing to drive an X number of miles distance to deliver the item to them? Are you willing to include shipping in your price? So we have one consolidated price. That's strictly up to you. And just to be aware, buyer always pays shipping unless the seller and buyer have arranged something else, another arrangement. Of course, give us a description of the items that you have. Just tell us a little bit about it, the model number, what it is, where it operates, what power levels it'll handle, etc. Because we all don't know every... Okay, I am not duplex tonight, so we had a nice little carrier there. But let's see, we also need your contact information, your email, your landline phone, or your cell phone, any one or all three, whichever works best for you, and then end your transmission with your call sign. And of course, if you don't have a listing, we still love to hear from you. Love to know what you're doing, where you are, what's going on in your neck of the woods, ham radio or otherwise. So we welcome one and all. You don't necessarily have to have a listing to check in. And if you are out and about and you see something that needs the assistance of amateur radio, whatever that may be, you can say break or priority, followed by your call sign. We will stop the net and find out what is the situation, what is the priority, and see how any of us, or some of us, or all of us can help in that situation. So break or priority, followed by your call sign. You can say contact, followed by your call sign, and that'll allow you to do any one of three things. You can call the station that just made a listing and ask them directly a question about the item or items they have, some kind of clarification or more information that you may need. You can call somebody, move them off frequency to another frequency to chit-chat, whether it be a repeater or a simplex. You can also call somebody and pass a quick bit of traffic over the repeater during the net, and that does not have to be net related whatsoever. And you can also say info followed by your call sign. That will allow you to ask me a question. Say you're in the other room or sort of half paying attention And of course, we do read the list at the end of the net as well. But if you want to get the worm right away, the early bird gets the worm. So just say info followed by your call sign. Likewise, if you have a question concerning amateur radio, whether you be a new ham or one that's been around the block more times than you care to admit, and you still want to know something, just say info followed by your call sign, and sometimes that will start a good discussion amongst all of us who are here, and maybe we can get you some different answers or different opinions. And let's see, I think that about does it. Of course, one thing we cannot leave out is to say a big giant thank you to Chris, N6ICW, the master behind the machine. Chris has been maintaining this repeater for 40 years, or if not more, with many receiver sites sprinkled all over California, which gives us the great coverage that we do have. And remember, each one of those receiver sites is just like having another ham radio station. So if you could imagine having 9 or 10 ham radio stations in different places with different equipment and antennas and sites and things like that. That's what Chris has become a master of. Plus, they're all interlinked. And I think I forgot to say that. This is N6ICW 147.195 with a plus offset from Mount Vaca. Also 145.15 in the Reno Tahoe area with a minus offset, and all accessible with a PL of 123. So they're all linked, and that linking also is a great feat. So there's a lot of work that goes on behind the repeater that we don't really think about or realize when we push the button. But it's there, and Chris is doing it, I'm sure. So thank you to Chris for all you do. Can't forget that. So that's about the way it works, folks. And let's open the 17th edition of the net for this year. Let's see who's going to be out there to join us. Again, my name is Armand, A-R-M-A-N-D, Whiskey Bravo 2, Zebra Echo India, Sacramento. Who's going to be with us tonight as number 1?
November Lima Whiskey.
Yeah, see, I told you, there he is, KG6NLW. Still didn't get a chance to ask Siri what your message was, but why don't you tell us? Go ahead, Frank. Good to hear you.
Good to hear you too, Armand. Hopefully my audio is okay. Trying a new setup here. You got some QR Mary. I'll just leave it at that. You get what I'm saying, Armand? I actually have a listing from the chat tonight when you're ready.
Okay, I am ready. Go ahead.
All right. This is from Whiskey Bravo 1 Golf, WB1G. That's Mike. He goes by Smitty, Sierra Mike India Tango Tango Yankee. He is in Rockland. He has an LDG Electronics AT Alpha Tango 1000 Pro 2. That's a 1 kilowatt tuner. And he has the matching M as in Mary 1000 meter. All cables are included. Perfect working order. $600 for the set. He is good on QRZ.
Alrighty, Frank, I got it. And just a note, I don't have my headset, of course, so we're using the mic and got to put it down when I'm typing. But that's perfect, and you sound fine. And maybe the way around the Mary is to drop carrier and make sure we're getting a courtesy tone. But I did hear that carrier before. So how you doing, Frank? Haven't heard you in a while. I'm sure you're, well, not so sure, but I guess you're keeping busy from all points of the earth that has 2 rails on it.
For the most part, I am, Armand, but things might be changing. There's some writing on the walls, and well, it ain't so great. But that's another story for another time. So there you go. You at least have one listing. Let's see who else is out there. And yes, I am live on YouTube. So if anyone misses the listing or they want to go back and re-listen to it, my call sign on YouTube will get you to my page, and I have a whole playlist for just the swap nets. Kilo Golf 6 November Lima Whiskey. Good evening, Armand.
Alrighty, Frank. Well, if I want to boost my ego in the 23 hours a day that I have nothing to do, I can listen to the old swap nets and then get even more sicker. All right. Well, hello to all the people out in Cyberland. Glad to have people aboard. How many do we have with us tonight from the computer world, Frank?
It looks like we have about 11 or 12 tonight, and I have Saturday ready to rock and roll for you when you want it.
Okay, I think you said you have... Okay, let me read Smitty's listing again, and then I'm not sure what maybe you're going to do a POTA or some kind of special thing, okay? So we want to find out about that as well. Alrighty, number one tonight, kicking it off, a listing from put in by Frank from his YouTube channel. It is Whiskey Bravo 1 Golf WB1G Mike, otherwise popularly known as Smitty. You can find him on the 4-3 group, Whiskey 6 Echo Kilo. He usually hangs out there. But Smitty is offering tonight from Rockland, where he is, an LDG Alpha Tango 1000 Pro 2 1kW antenna tuner. It'll handle 1kW, your 160 through usual probably 10 meters, or maybe 6, I'm not sure. Let's see, so it comes, let's see, with matching M mic 1000 meter by LDG, and he says all cables are included, package is perfect. He would like $600 for the package. That's the Alpha Tango Pro 1000 Pro 2, the M1000 special meter, and all cabling for $600. And you can look him up on QRZ and send him a message concerning your interest. Again, that's Whiskey Bravo 1 Golf.
Absolutely perfect, Armand. And Saturday, April 26th, Valley of the Moon Amateur Radio Club Ham Swap. I'll wait a little bit for that, but that's what's coming up Saturday.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot. Yeah, it didn't click, but we've been talking about Vomark, and I'm sure you have some more detailed information than I remember. We also have, of course, Cabela's coming up on the 10th of May up in the Reno Sparks area, put on by SNARS, the Sierra Nevada Amateur Radio Society. Of course, the big giant one in Xenia, Ohio. So get your corporate jets ready and get ready to fly out to Ohio. And then just this evening, just a little bit ago, it's going to be called a Hot RF Night. Hot RF Night. That's a new one. It's going to take place at William Jessup University in Rockland. And I think Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club is mostly behind it, but other clubs are collaborating. As far as I know, there's going to be a lot of demonstrations by county first responders. Rockland will be there. I don't remember the list, but a whole bunch of first responding agencies will be there with their trailers and stuff. The setup is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the area opens to the public at about 3 o'clock.
Hi, Paul.
Look for
Good to see you.
maybe on the W6K site, or ask one of the fellows on that repeater. Smitty is a good one to ask too. I think he was the one that was talking about it. He was out at William Jessup looking at the setup. So it sounds like it's going to be an interesting get together of all kinds of neat stuff concerning radio and public service, etc. And more to come. And that's May 17th, May 17 on a Saturday too. Thank you, Frank. XNLW, WB2ZEI. Any final words?
Oh, I have that already queued up ready. I have Vomark, Reno, and Hot RF Nights all queued up ready for you for lots more info when you want it. So we can do that later if it starts to get a little crickety out.
All right. Yeah. Well, we get to that point in the year. It's time to get crickety. All right. Let's see. Anybody else out there to join the Northern California swap tonight? WB2ZEI. Who else?
Alpha India.
GI. Yeah. Now talking about crickets in the pants. Go ahead, Al.
I make a cricket noise, but I don't know how a cricket was. I'm a city boy. We didn't have any crickets in Queens. Maybe you had crickets. We had roaches, but I don't know what kind of noise roaches might make. And I'm not talking about the roaches that we smoked. I'm talking about the ones that crawled around. Any rate, how are you feeling? You feeling better? And I assume you're still not home, but I came in at the tail end of the preamble, so maybe in the early part you talked about what's ailing you and how you're doing. You sound pretty good, that's for sure. And how's your wife? She recovered from the stent and all that. She back kicking your butt, or what's your story?
Well, let's see. What's the story? Met with a cardiologist today, but because of other complications, he can't do too much. The only thing that's really bothering me right now is the ability to walk. I have like a pinched nerve or something on my right side, and it's almost, sometimes it's really painful to walk. And it looks like I'll probably be here for another week with some more physical therapy and podiatry for my foot. We'll finally sign off on this stuff next Friday. And I think we're looking at a spring date of next Saturday, possibly. So that's the way it works. And Margaret's toughing it out. She's doesn't have a lot of energy, but she's doing what she's doing and trying to make the best of it and doing the best she can, just like we're all doing. And and I hope Jane's doing well. Hope we're all doing well. Al, go ahead.
Very good. I'm glad to hear that. And, Jane's muddling through. She's still got some problems with her blood, but they're going to put her on different kind of therapy or something. I don't know. Her blood count's low. It's down at 10. Well, it's up to 10. It came up. It's down to 9, but it's up to 10 now, so that's better. And that makes her really tired. 13 is normal. 13 between 13 and 17. You want to try to be around 15 if you can. So she's pretty well off. So other than that, me, I'm still waiting to doing battle with Sutter, trying to get into the Sutter system. They're the most disorganized system in the history of the world. They're terrible. I don't know if I'm ever going to get through the bureaucracy to get this new doctor to take me as a patient. You can't even get to the doctor's office unless you walk in. You can't call them. Everything goes to a call center. I think it's worse than Kaiser, but I don't know. At any rate, no other news that I can think of. Cancer or no cancer, I'm going to the East Coast for a family wedding. And at my age, I got a lot of family funerals. I don't go to family weddings too often. So I'm going to a wedding in Philadelphia. And what the old saying is that contest that has first prize is a week in Philadelphia, and the second prize is 2 weeks in Philadelphia. So never been to Philadelphia, so going there. I may end up in New York too. I don't know if I'll fly up to New York or whatever and see some friends. But I'm the what do you call it? I'm the godfather. I'm the Don Corleone of the families. I'm the oldest male, and so I get to go there, and people want to come and they want to kiss my ring and want my money. But who knows what's going to happen? So anyway, they want me to attend. And I went to the grandmother's wedding. I was about 4 years old. I went to the mom's wedding in 1987, and now I'm going to her daughter's wedding. So there you have it. So that's the story here. Going to leave on the 24th of May, and to be gone probably 2 weeks. I don't know. I'll stay away as long as I can. K6AAI.
Some people would cheer. Oh, some wouldn't. Wow, that's something. That's neat. 3 generational weddings. That's great. You know, that's a great family tradition. So, yep, and I'm sure you'll be looking forward to that. And sounds good. All right, well, very good. Thanks for being there and giving us the old Big Al sentiment. And we'll check in with Gary next and see what he's doing. Thank you, Al, and best to Jane as well. K6AAI, WB2ZEI with the NorCal Swap, and all the kitty cats that are listening over to WA6FGI and his 2 kitty cats.
Well, thank you, Armand. You're sounding pretty good. You mentioned you got some pain in the right leg due to your sciatica. We could swap a lot of stories about that, but it's good that you're sounding quite chipper, and hope that Margaret pulls through everything, that she comes out right on that. Nothing to list at this time, but I just thought I'd check in and let you know in particular that I'm here. If you need to make a phone call to get something done, feel free to do so. You've got my number. So, anyway, we'll carry on. And WB2ZEI, WA6FGI, back to net.
Alrighty, Gary, great to hear you as always, and thanks for being one of the faithful. Gary's always there listening and keeping track and stuff. So we love hearing Gary and all his life experiences, the many different stories. Life is always a big story, and always an interesting one at that. Thanks, Gary. WA6FGI, WB2ZEI. Anybody else for the net tonight?
TIL.
And Big Tony done.
KA6CDY.
And over on Big Lou. Go ahead, Tony.
How you doing, Armand? WB2ZEI and NorCal Swap and Fire DIM. I just wanted to say hello to you. Glad to hear you. And I'll put out a want if you feel like doing it.
Yeah, sure, Tony. Of course, that's what we're here for. So I have N5DIM and Tony in South Sac. What you want?
What I want is, I downloaded it, but I'd like to find the original owner's manual for a Ten-Tech Corsair 1. Not the 2, but the 1. And if anybody's got any of the accessories or any Ten-Tech stuff for the Corsair 1, let me know what you got and what you want for it, and maybe we can make a deal. My name's Tony. I'm located in the South Sacramento area. I will drive to you, and I will even drive far if you got something that I want. My phone number is area code 916-947-6005.
All right, Tony, refresh my memory, because I'm not that much of a 10-tech guy, although my first power supply was a 10-tech. The Corsair, that's a transceiver, right?
It was right after the Omni D series, and I think they might have made the 588 after the Omni series. But the Corsair 1 is the dark face radio. To me, it looks similar to a TR7 to a degree. But then on the Corsair 2, they switched over the color to like the Omni 5, the Omni 6, the Omni 6 Plus, and all that color scheme. This stuff's all the darker gray and black, but I like it.
Good evening, Tony.
Good count. Okay, very good, Tony. Thank you. And of course, you sounded great, nice big audio. And what else can we want from Big Tony? Number 2 tonight, November 5, Delta India Mike, N5DIM. That is Tony in South Sacramento. Tony hasn't won tonight. Looking for the original owner's manual for the 10-tech. Let's see, I made a mistake. 10-tech Corsair 1 transceiver. A paper copy if you have an extra paper copy of the manual. Tony, have you checked, what's his call now, W7, I want to say DG or DB, that gentleman that does vintage manuals on his website. There's a couple of hams who well, I don't know if he call that an original. I mean, it's not, but they do make pretty good, high quality paper copies. But you might be actually looking for the original.
I would take an all original, but no, I'm glad you said that, brother, because I just been downloading it off and printing it out on the printer, But no, that's a great idea. I think I will check him out, and I think I have him saved somewhere, but it is like W7DG or something like that. I will check him out and see if he's got that manual.
Okay, well, those are probably printed, but more, in a better high quality way, but they're not the original. But, we're still looking around, folks, so if you have an original manual for the Corsair 1, you got rid of the radio, but you still have a manual, give Tony a call. So he's looking for that manual, and he will drive. He will drive to the end of the earth, wherever that happens to be. If you have what he wants it bad. You can call him at 916-947-6005. Again, 916-947-6005. You give him an excuse, to take a long vacation somewhere. If you're listening, like, on YouTube, and you're in, Australia or something. Anyway, that's Tony, N5DIM, again, looking for an original copy of the Corsair 1 transceiver manual by 10-tech, 916-947-6005. Thanks, Tony.
Hey, brother, good to hear you, man, and good to hear you chuckle a little bit. I hope things are starting to brighten up and look better on your horizon. If you need anything, Armand, just hit me up, brother. I'll come running and help you do whatever you need. N5DIM.
Armand, I think driving to Australia might be a little difficult. And Tony, good to hear you on 2 meters.
You too, brother.
Well, they send tanks to Australia. I wonder how they do that. Certainly not on a railroad car. They got a problem with, the ocean with that. Yeah, right?
Hey, Dane.
You're right, Frank. All right, very good. Some wise guys always out there in the audience, but that's all right. That's what audiences are all about. All righty, let's see. We'll take one more standby, then I think we'll defer to Frank because he's got a lot of some information on things going on. We'll see what he's got to say. Anybody else for the net tonight?
KA7 PDY.
So, yes.
definitely no baloney. Howdy, Tony. It's been a bit, and thank you for that antenna tuner I bought off you, I think, a couple years ago. It's been working flawlessly ever since. Hi, Armand. Mitch, WU1Q.
Okay, I got three of you in there. KA7, I think was it Papa Delta Yankee, Ross, W60GX, and that guy again. That guy, he's turning up every week. That WU1Q. And speaking of 1Qs, I spoke to Jeff earlier this week with some very sad news, and a lot of you know him. Speaking of 1Qs, this was a 7Q. Jeff let me know that our good ham friend, who did live in the Sacramento area and was quite active, not only in amateur radio but in broadcast radio, did a lot of work, and even, I can't say worked alongside of me, but we worked in the same place at KOVR. He got paid, I didn't, but unfortunately word has circulated that WU7Q has recently become a silent key. So thinking about Mike and all his humor that he brought, and all the friendships that he had here in the Sacramento area and all over the place. I was certainly sad to hear about Mike's passing at, too young that we're losing all the good guys. So there's that. So sorry to have to inform you, but just take a few seconds and remember Mike. I always remember his telephone number, 916-761-6008. But I don't know if he'll be answering that. I don't think they have cellular coverage way up high where he's going. Anyway, let's see. WKA7 is it Papa Delta Yankee? Go ahead, WB2ZEI.
Hey, can I tell a quick story about Mike?
Wait your turn. Back of the line, fella. Okay, yeah, let me pick up the. Who is the KA7?
I think he misspoke, Armand. It's KA6PDY. That's Paul.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Frank. I thought I heard a 7. KA6PDY. Paul, go ahead. Okay, maybe he's having a problem. Let me pick up Ross in the meantime, and then Mitch, just hang in there. W60GX, WB2ZEI. Go ahead, Ross.
All right, thanks, Armand. Sorry to hear about Mike and silent key status. Prayers are going out for him. And just wanted to say hello. And sounds like you're doing okay, better than before. At least it sounds like. So that's good. And keep up the good work. And like I said, if you need anything, give a call. And you've got my number. But anyways, nothing to list. Just saying hi. And I'll be in the OR at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So. Have a good one, and do what you got to do to get out of there, and we'll be praying for you. Take care, 7-3, Whiskey 60GX.
And thanks for watching, Ross.
Yeah, not only does Ross listen, but he watches too. All righty, very good. Yeah, well, thank you very much for the thoughts, and I think things are. Looking up, the only thing you got to do is fight the sniff, man. I tell you, talk about people that don't know how to communicate with each other, even though they're standing next to each other. Anyway, so it could be worse. So maybe I'll spend next week practicing how to climb towers or something. Get those knees and those nerves in shape. So I'll be ready to. When I go home. Thanks, Ross, and you take care. Thank you for all the great work you do, both on the radio and off. And remember to take some time for yourself. And I hope Tulsa and Tulsa and your wife are We're having a good time in Alabama, and having a good time touring the South to W6OGX and WB230I. Alrighty, WU1Q, what you got, Mitch? WB230I.
Well. I had something completely different in mind tonight. I can only retain it in this tiny little minimal brain of mine, and so this is what I have. It's been shifted over to my buddy Mike. WU7Q, my call sign's WU1Q. It was many decades ago. I had an area manager while I was working at Mountaintop Services for the Motorola Corporation. Michael Cooper was good friends with Mike, WU7Q. He introduced me about 20 years ago. We met several times up the Lincoln Swap and otherwise. I just want to say that, I'm not going to get all dramatic out here, people, but, it's how we treat each other, the kindness, and the things that we remember the most are the best times that we ever had. And Mike was a great guy. He will be sorely missed. He was in the industry, as Armand said, and he contributed greatly to our wonderful hobby. And before I get all mushy and gushy, just going to say thanks to Chris, N6IW, for and his fantastic network for letting me puke that out. And sorry for those who had to put up with it, but Mike was a great guy, WU7Q. He, rest in peace, big brother. And, Armand, I got nothing else. And Frankie, you might want to thank me every once in a while. He always thanks everybody but me. Armand, back to you. WB2ZEI from WU1Q, Northern Cal Swap.
Mitch, you're a moderator. You're always thanked. You have that magic blue wrench by your name.
I think he's trying to blow some sunshine, make me feel special because he knows I'm down. I'm going into a shame spiral. Thanks, Frankie. It's all your fault. Armand, back to you, sir.
All right, Mitch. Well, you add that special zing to the recipe, like jalapeno or I don't know your favorite spice. But we always look forward to your commentary and all that. And Mike and I used to swap some stories about being fellow boaters as well. And he used to tell me about his 36-footer. And I think it was a Sea Ray, but I don't remember. But we had a lot of good times. And so the good always the good die well young, as they say, But so we'll miss Mike, and we'll have to keep him alive with memories. And I remember his parrot. Do you remember his parrot? The parrot used to squawk real loud in the background. You used to hear him on the swap net. You remember that parrot, Mitch?
Fuck you, Mitch Martin. Fuck you, Bobby Lee.
Oh, there's a different kind of squawk. But anyway. Alrighty, very good. We'll move on and think of Mike and his parrot and his boat and whatever, all the good memories that we have about Whiskey United 7 Quebec. Anybody else? Let's see. Frank, why don't you give us some information on what's coming up? Vomark and the Hot RF Nights.
Hey, Colin.
Time for that too.
Hollywood, I do, but it's not quick enough. All right, let's, Armand, if you don't mind, let's see if Paul is, apparently he had some sort of radio issue, so he wants to try again. He is in my chat, so if anything, I can relay it in. If he doesn't get in, he can just drop it in the chat. So turn it over to KA6PDY.
Alrighty, KA6PDY, go ahead, Paul.
Paul, we're not hearing anything if you're talking.
KA6 Papa Delta Yankee. KA6 Cal Swap. You with us tonight, RF-wise, Paul?
Yes, Sean. Yes. Okay, not hearing anything there, Armand. Paul, if you can hear me in the live stream, drop your listing in the chat and I will relay it in. It sounds like you're having an issue with your radio. In the meantime, Valley of the Moon Amateur Radio Club here in Sonoma, in the town of Sonoma, in Sonoma County, California, we're having our Ham Fest. It is Saturday in less than 36 hours, Saturday morning, April 26th. Admission is free. There is a charge for breakfast, $10 or $8. I don't know what the difference is. Cellar spots are $10. Talk-in is on the 14535 machine break. The location is, and Armand, I'm gonna get you right here. 252 West 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 Spain Street at the First Congregational Church of Sonoma. So this Saturday at very early in the morning, 8 a.m. to noon. Some vendors show up earlier than that. There's a breakfast. It's the club's annual fundraiser consisting of pancakes, eggs, and sausage. Breakfast tickets get entered into the door prize drawings. Break. The next thing after that, the Reno Ham Swap, hosted by SNARS, the Sierra Nevada Amateur Radio Society, is coming up at Cabela's in Reno. Well, it's technically Verde, Nevada, but that is Saturday, May 10th. Cellar setup is 7 a.m., $10 per space. Open to the public at 8 a.m. Cabela's is open at 9 a.m., and there's a raffle drawing at 10 a.m. Break. The talk-in frequency for that is 147.210 with a PL of 100. If you're coming from California, you take exit 4 from Interstate 80, turn left at the top of the ramp, and follow the road around the Cabela's. For more information on that, visit SNARS, SNARS, or Sierra Nevada Amateur Radio Society, SNARS.org. Click on Activities, and then Reno Ham Swap. Break. The following weekend, I do believe if I have my schedule right, the following weekend is the Hot RF Nights, hosted by the Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club. As Armand said, it is May 17th at the William Jessup University main parking lot, 2121 University Avenue in Rockland. Setup begins at 2, the lot opens at 3, and the end time is 8 p.m. For more details on that, you can visit w6ek.org or hotrfnights.w6ek.org. They are touting it as, think of Hot RF Nights as a carnival for all interested in radio and emergency services. It's a chance to show off mobile radio installs, your POTA kits, emergency special event setups, and build fellowship among Northern California amateur radio operators, enthusiasts, and clubs. There is food and drinks provided there. There is no cost. Event is open to all individuals, enthusiasts, and clubs. With that, back to you, Armand. This is Kilo Golf 6, November Lima Whiskey, and Paul's in the chat, so I'm going to have him drop his thing in the chat, and I will relay it in when I get it. Yeah, Paul, drop your info in, because you did not get in at all.
Frank, very good, thank you. That's why we have dubbed KC6NLW the one-man R&D, Research and Development Department for the Northern California Swap, because he always sets me straight, and it's better when you actually read it rather than try to dredge it up from your memory. I was calling it a Volmark swap at 242 Spain Street, but just a little off the mark, not exactly on the mark, but that could cause a problem. Very good. Thank you, Frank, for all that upcoming information. So it sounds like it's going to be a couple of busy weekends for amateur radio and amateur radio displays and swaps and things like that. So as the weather gets better, get out there.
Paul, we let John handle that one.
Let's see. Well, Frank is looking to see what Paul's doing. We'll take another standby on the RF side and see what's going on, if anything. Anybody else to join the net on N6ICW? Righty, it's getting crickety out there, I think. A little bit. You know, I see their heads coming out. It's 0447, and usually we try to be here at least through 0445, so we're doing okay.
Paul, do we have a listing you want to post?
Check back with Frank and see if Paul has put his information into the chat that Frank is conducting on YouTube. Any word from Paul, Frank? Go ahead.
Might help if I had the microphone unmuted there. All I have to say at this point is absolute crickets. Paul is in the chat. I do see him recently. While I was talking about Reno and Hot RF Nights, he talked about the fact that the Elks Club has the ham swap on May 25th, and I'm like, we let Jack Daniels handle that. I haven't heard JD out here tonight.
I think, and this is not accusatory, I think I did hear John's RF in the beginning of the net. And so, you know, that is up for grabs according to what I have talked to John about. So I'm not sure who is actually going to do that, whether it's going to be a cooperative effort between John and North Hills, or if it's going to be John. I'm not sure if he has gotten the okay on that. The date's probably correct. That's when it traditionally takes place, but I don't think we have yet any official word from John. He could be listening, so let's see if he's with us tonight. KJ6JD, WB230, are you with us tonight, John? Yeah, I think when he nails it down, when he has some more information, he'll let us know. So it's still about a month away, but people still like to plan. But I'm not sure exactly how that is to come about. So thank you, Paul, for that.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's it from my side, Armand. Unless Paul decides to chime in, it is absolute over here.
Yeah, right. That's true. All right. So tell you what, we'll take one more standby. See if there's anybody else that wishes to join us, and then I'll read the listings that we got. Anybody else to join edition number 17 of the Northern California Swap for this April 2/4/2025?
Can I jump on here and ask if the frequencies in use? KJ6L7.
No, it's just those crickets talking, Chris. That's all. So if crickets can get ham radio licenses, then yes, it is. But if they can't, no, it isn't. And how are you? You're up late tonight.
I am. It's kind of an odd thing for me. Usually I'm in bed about 2 hours ago, but stuff happens, if you know what I mean. Hey, is it too late to make a listing, Armand?
Oh, Christopher, what a question. It's never too late.
Alrighty, everybody on the net. Name here is Chris. Call sign is Kilowatt Japan 6. What did you call me? Little Zipper Ripper. KJ6LZR. Chris and Rio Linda. Have an ICOM. 756 Pro 3. Immaculate radio. Comes with everything provided by the factory. Box, cables, manuals, schematics, hand mic, everything you can think of. It's going to be hard to find a radio this clean for this amount. Are you ready, Armand?
I'm ready.
All right, they're selling on QTH anywhere from 800 up a little bit more than that. Today's price, deal only, $775. Once again, the name is Chris. KJ6LZR out in Rio Linda. Phone number 916-801-4063.
Okay, so the impact, unfortunately, of your quotation got a little QRM. How much are they going for in QTH?
You see them on QTH. They're selling very readily for $7.99 all day. It's going to be hard to find a flaw in this radio. This radio is immaculate. So $775. Give me a call.
Okay, so QRM got you, but I got the idea. Okay, very good. All right, very, very good, and nice radio. If anybody's looking for a nice radio. So number 3 tonight, Kilo Juliet 6 Lazy Zipper Ripper, has Chris in Rio Linda, and Chris is offering tonight an ICOM IC756 Pro 3 with everything that came from the factory. All the standard accessories, your mic, your power cord, your box, your manuals, everything is in immaculate condition. Well, let's say 9.75 out of 10. That's what I'm saying. So with all the accessories, and Chris is asking $775 for the ICOM IC756 Pro 3 in immaculate condition with all the factory accessories, nothing left out. If you're interested, 916-801-4063 for Chris. Again, 916-801-4063.
AK60K, is this Armand?
I think it's his stepsister, Jeff. How you doing?
I've been installing a washer at our grandkid's house. Doing great. Just heard you on here and thought, oh man, I missed the net. You got to keep going.
Okay, well, we could do that if you like dig into your brain a little bit, and get the top 20 items in your warehouse. We can keep going.
You know what I should do is send you a list. I should send you a list, just read the whole list. It's like, yeah, and give you only 20 items. Give me a 20 item max or something. You can list my TS990 again. No problem. It's still there.
All right, Jeff, still 5K?
Still 5K. I thought you dropped off the planet there.
I'm like one-handed Charlie because I don't have my headset. So I got to put the mic down, grab the keyboard, write it down, pick up the mic. So that's why. Anything else?
I got a lot more, but no, not tonight. I'll send you a list, though. That'd be fun.
And Jeff, all I got to say is if you ever miss a swap net, go to my YouTube channel, see if it's listed, because as long as I'm home, I will live stream it, and you can hear everything played back for you.
And I'm hitting a lot more repeaters, so that's good. You just, move it that few inches, and the inch makes the difference. And courtesy of Jeff, AK60K, that's why you're hearing me tonight, with his little Motorola that he has let me to get on the air. So thank you for that, Jeff. Anything else? I assume he's, well, the new washer installed?
I doubled with you, Armand.
Yeah, go ahead and pick that guy up.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, Jeff, if you ever miss a swap net, look my call sign up, and as long as I was around, I record it. It's live on YouTube right now. Kilo Golf 6 November Lima Whiskey. This is the best I've heard you in a few weeks.
Hey, it's because I'm in my car. I just walked out to get in my car to run down the street. And my grandkids live on the same street we do. So we just came down here to help them put in a washer. But anyway, well, thank you. Well, there you go. I can get all the big listings back.
Exactly. Yeah, as long as I'm not at work and I'm live streaming it, yeah, it's there. This is actually the first time since January, though, so there's a nice big gap there. Anyway, back to you, Armand, and good evening, Jeff.
All right, guys, very good. All righty, Jeff, good to hear you. And again, thank you for that, for the little radio setup here. And we'll see what the next week brings. Maybe one more week in this place, and I think we'll possibly head it home. So before I just gotta work on those legs and knees, Jeff, so we can climb those 100-foot towers again.
Yeah, I was going to say, if they don't bust you out of there, we're going to come over with the paddy wagon and take you home.
Yeah, well, you know. But I think we've settled on a date, so we'll see how that works out with me, with myself, and Lord Kaiser. So we'll see what happens. AK6OK, you sounded good from the car, WB2ZEI.
All right, and hey, Armand, I'm going to bring the Snap-on truck to your house, too, while Margaret's not looking. And I'm going to go fix your doggone antenna on a roof.
Hey, listen, if you do that, I think I'll be minus one wife. She's real, she's real, what's the word I'm looking for? Real anxious now, even more than before with what happened with the heart attack and all that stuff. So, yeah, we have to wait till she calms down quite a bit.
I think she'd hear it if we dropped, I got guys with helicopters. They could drop me on a roof, and they wouldn't even know we're there.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens, yeah. Well, one of these days. So, but, at least I can still, somewhat get on the low band, so I would miss them otherwise. It just doesn't turn, but it puts out okay. Take care, Jeff. I'm going to read, we'll check and see if anybody's out there else. Anybody else is out there, we'll read the listing, and we'll call it a night. Thanks for stopping by. AK6OK, WB2ZEI.
Quick question. Hey, Jeff, which Motorola did you give him? He sounds good. Is it a newer gen or an older one?
He's got a 1550. I think it's, or a 1250. It might be a 1250, but yeah, it's fairly recent.
Oh, yeah, those are good radios. Very, very, very good radios. Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah, we got them on 20 watts. They'll do 20 or 50, and I put them on 20 and got them on a mobile antenna in the window, and hey, it's like magic, isn't it? He's back.
Right, it can't quite squish the QR Mary, but he's definitely there. All right, good job, Jeff.
Oh, we had to keep this swap going. I mean, this thing will die if Armand's not around.
Oh, absolutely. All right, let's let him read all the listings back, and it's 0400.
Okay, get on it, Armand. Good to talk to you guys all tonight. AK6, okay.
Yeah, Jeff, the radio's putting out 50 watts, man, because, I could make my, not as bad, I can kind of warm up some, like maybe a glass of milk on top of it, but I tell you, it's you can tell it's Motorola, man. It must weigh like 10 pounds. It's all steel clad, very, very rugged, so it's Motorola. All right, AK6OK, WB2ZEI.
Hey, next time I'm at a swap meet, I'm going to put one of those on the table, and you got to identify that, and don't give me an excuse. I want to get the right radio this time.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, you got to give me the right info. So the Motorola 1250 with the 6 buttons on the top, right? All righty. Okay, let's see. I'll take one more standby, see if anybody else is out there, and then we'll read the list. Anybody else for the net tonight before we go into list mode?
Yeah, 7 NYK.
Now we need phonetics. Kilo Fox 7 what? Who's the 7 station? Okay, going once. Who's the 7 station trying to check into the NorCal swap? 7 station again? Okay, maybe my voice scared him away, but maybe he'll break in. Okay, I am going to go back and start at number 1 and read the list that we have tonight. The K7 station, one more chance. Give us your full call sign phonetically. Okay, here we go. Whiskey Bravo 1 Golf, WB1G. Otherwise, his name is Mike, otherwise known as Smitty, for the active member of the Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club. Well, anyway, Smitty is in Rockland. I always wondered where he was. Now I know. He's offering an LDG, a Lima Delta Golf Alpha Tango 1000 Pro 2 antenna tuner. This antenna tuner handles 1 kW and probably 160 through 10 meters, if not 6. I'm not sure, but you can look that up. Comes with a matching Mike M1000 meter for the Pro 1000 Pro 2. He says all cables are included. They're working and they're perfect. He would like $600 for the package. Smitty says he's good on QRZ, so that means you'll have to communicate with him via email. Again, with Whiskey Bravo 1 Golf, WB1G. You can usually find him on 43 if you'd like to see if you can talk to him directly on the radio. If not, Whiskey Bravo 1 Golf on QRZ. And number 2 tonight is November 5 Delta India Mike and 5DIM Tony in South Sacramento. And Tony has a want. We can get the display to move. Tony is looking for an original copy. An original copy. That's silly. He's looking for the original document of the owner's manual for the Tentec Corsair 1. He needs the original copy if you have such. Maybe you don't have the radio anymore, but you still have documentation. And so he's looking for an original manual for the Tentec Corsair 1. And he's also interested in any accessories that you might have for Tentec radios or the Corsair 1 in particular. So, and you can contact Tony on his cell phone. And that cell phone number is, let me get to that, 916-947-6005. Again, 916-947-6005. Let me do that one more time. Hang on. Never mind crickets. I think the frogs are coming out. 916-947-6005. And Tony pledges he will drive anywhere to get some accessories or a copy of the original document of the Corsair manual. So hopefully you're not too far away.
And Armand, we have a late breaking entry if it's okay.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get in tonight, but Paul, Kilo Alpha 6, Papa Delta Yankee, he's there in the Sacramento area. He has a Yaesu Fox Tango 2400 for sale. No cord. I'm assuming he means power cord. But it has the general Yaesu connector on it. So bring your own power cord, I guess. He wants $100 for it, and he should be good on QRZ. That's Paul, Kilo Alpha 6, Papa Delta Yankee, with a Yaesu FT Fox Tango 2400 for sale. No cord, but has the general Yaesu connector for sale for $100 in the Sacramento area.
Okay, if I remember the 2400, I don't know if you do, or I don't know if you guys sent a picture. It's a brick type HT, isn't it?
No, it is an older VHF 2-meter base rig that does. I'm trying to find the 50 watts. It is Mars modded.
Okay, well that's always a plus. Okay, I must be thinking of another model of Yaesu HT. All right, so we got the Yaesu FT 2400 in the Sacramento area with no power cord, but the general Yaesu plug. Again, Mars modded. That might be important for $100 from Paul, Kilo Alpha 6, Papa Delta Yankee, and you can look him up.
Yeah, we got that, Paul.
For his contact info. All righty, thank you, Frank.
Yeah, of course, and specific North Highlands of Sacramento.
Okay, North Highlands in Sacramento. All righty, so in the meantime, we'll move on. A little north of North Highlands is Kilo Juliet 6, Lima Zulu Romeo, KJ6 LZR, and that's Chris in Rio Linda. And Chris has got tonight an ICOM India Charlie 756 Pro 3 low band transceiver. And it's probably, everybody knows what the Pro 3 is. And it's one of the series, the Pro series from ICOM. You can look up the specs specifically. Anyway, Chris says, it comes with everything you'll need, all the accessories, boxes and cables, and all that kind of stuff that comes with it originally from the factory. He says the radio is in immaculate shape. You probably won't find one as clean as this one, and he would like $775 for it, $775 for the ICOM 756 Pro 3. And let's see, we can get you a phone number if my display wants to cooperate. Here we go, 916-801-4063 for Chris. Again, 916-801-4063 for KJ6LZR and the ICOM IC 756 Pro 3. And we also have Jeff in there, AK6 OK Alpha Kilo 6 Oscar Kilo. Jeff is in Rockland, and Jeff still has for sale his beautiful flagship of the Kenwood line, the TS 990. I'm sure many of us know what that's all about. It's a 200-watt radio, where most of the radios today are just 100 watts, but it'll drive itself. You can get 200 watts. watts out of that specific radio. And it's got a built-in power supply, built-in antenna tuner, built-in LCD, built-in screen display. It does a whole lot of stuff. Top of the line Kenwood. It does have speech built into it, so it is perfectly accessible. So if you're worried about that, so you can check that out and see if that's your cup of tea. It's a TS990, and Jeff would like $5,000 for it, $5,000 for the TS990. And you can reach Jeff most likely tomorrow at 916-205-2200. Again, 916-205-2200. All right, Frank. Let's see. Any notes from the cyber side?
Nope. I hear the crickets, though. It sounds like it's time to say goodnight to everybody.
Not yet.
So, as we usually say, any comments, questions, or criticisms, anything else for the net before we go?
Yes, W6PMR.
Yes, W6PMR on his TS, well, no, not here, on his 950. Go ahead, Paul.
On my 950? No, I don't think so. Armand and Frank, hello. I just tuned in, run out to the garage here, get a few things I remembered. I'm always missing Thursday Night Net. Armand, I hope you feel better soon, and better quickly, and fast, and all that other stuff. Just wishing you well.
Yeah, well, getting better there, Paul. Things are looking up. And, I miss talking to you on 475 because we can't hit it from here with the little, well, the radio doesn't do UHF, but soon I'll be back pestering you again. Got anything for the net tonight?
No, just gonna go to Sonoma. I don't think we're gonna be selling anything per se, and hope it doesn't get rained out. But no, nothing for sale. I picked up an S line, a 3 S line, 3B and a 32 B3, and I've been working on that on and off for the last week. Nothing worked, and I got the receiver working and aligned pretty much. I rebuilt the power supply, and I just got the transmitter to work, and then I got to work on the 30L1 to get that going. And it's one of those things I just always kind of wanted to find a complete set, and I found one at the right price. And so that's all I've been working on, and I also had to put up a new antenna. The DXCC Alpha Delta, I had one of the traps just flamed out, and I bought a new one, and I finally got it put up. Today was the last day of me putting it up and tuning it. Anyway, I just wanted to check in and say hi to you. But no, thanks.
Good evening, Paul. Armand, is it just me, or does Paul's audio sound a little tight?
Yeah, it's a little restricted. This is the microphone that he's got on that radio. But yeah, you're right. But we can still distinguish Paul. No matter what it is, even if he's using a piece of string, we know who. Yeah, we know who he is. Well, good for you, Paul. Sounds like you got a nice project on your hands to make better and make working. And I remember the days of those 32S 3Bs and all that stuff. I mean, if you heard somebody on the air with one of those, you used to say, man, that guy's got bucks. And I'm sure they pretty much hold their value today, too. So good luck with that. And next time I hear you, have to give me another report on how you're doing. And glad you got a new antenna up. You're not standing still, that's for sure. thanks for coming by and saying hello. Let's see, W6PMR, WB2ZEI. One last call. Anybody else for the net before we close?
KA6PDY.
Okay, Paul, I got you, KA6PDY. Who is the other station?
Kilo Echo 6 Lima, Quebec Juliet.
Steve Areno, I was thinking about you the other day. I'll tell you why in a minute. Go ahead, Paul.
Oh, okay. You're copying me now?
I think so, unless it's your brother.
No, not my brother. Okay, yeah, I just wondered what was going on. I think it was my mic was having a problem here, so. Yeah, just to reiterate, that's the Yaesu FT2400. It's Cap Mars, VHF only. I think it's 25 watts, it's maximum output. But it's a great radio. I've had it for a long time. I don't have the power cord for it, but it has the connector, like Frank said. It has the common connector for Yaesu or basically any radio. Yeah, Cap Mars. It's a mobile. It's not an HT. It's yeah. There's that. And then I had one other thing, request. If I can throw that one in too.
Let me see, where are we? Yeah, go ahead. What you got?
Well, this one's got me stumped. It's a request for anybody that has directions for an Alinco DJ280. Alinco DJ280. It's a handheld. It's 220 only. I've had it for a few years. I've been searching for a few years for instructions. I've checked Yaesu. I've checked, I don't know how many different websites I've checked for it. And they have every other instruction manual but that one. And yeah, so that's the one I'm looking for, the DJ280 instruction manual. It can be the original manual. It can be PDF. I don't really care. I'm just desperate for one. So it's a great little radio, but I can't program the darn thing. So anyway, back to you in the net, and thanks for taking the third try here, KA6PDY.
I'll mention what I did mention to, who is it, to Tony. Now, I don't know if this is considered vintage, but try W7 Delta Golf DG. W7 DG is called Vintage Manuals, but, you know, he may concentrate more on HF stuff. I'm not sure. Another site you might try, I don't know if they'd have anything up there on it, but if they do, it'll be more of a descriptive layout, at least of the controls of the radio. But if you're looking for the whole manual, it might be there. It's called I Can Work This Thing.com. ICanWorkThisThing.com. It's put up by some of the blind amateurs who don't have access to printed manuals. And a lot of times the guys scan a manual into text format and put it up on the website, or they'll put up a quick start guide with a description of the front panel. So I'm not sure what you need, but try W7DG and then ICanWorkThisThing.com. And I don't. Another idea. Do you have equipment for? Well, actually, you can even send them an email. Do you have equipment for HF?
Actually, yeah, I do. I'm just technician, so, but I do have an HF radio, FT857. So, yeah, it's an older handheld. It's like from the 90s, I guess. It went along with the DJ180 and the DJ580, but this is a DJ280, and yeah, it's nothing like the 580 and nothing like the 180. So that's why I needed directions. But yeah, I do have HF, but like I said, I'm just technician, so I can't go on too many things.
Paul, I just tagged you in the chat with the Vintage Manual website. And Armand, slight correction, it's Whiskey 7 Fox Golf, not Delta Golf, for the call sign.
All right, Frank, W7FG. And what I'm thinking is if you send and they'll take your listing. If you send the listing to Dennis, KB6LZW, who is one of the net controls on the West Coast Swap Service, and just make a listing as you would on the air. Call sign, name, location, your phone number. Dennis is. I don't know if you're ready to. Are you ready to? Well, actually, you can look up these two guys on QRZ. Dennis, Kilo Bravo 6, Lima Zulu Whiskey, KB6LZW, and then you can also look up Brian. He runs a weekday net. Thing that's good about Brian's net is if you make a listing, let's say tomorrow, which is a Friday, he takes listings Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and he will read email listings, but his listings run for the length of the current month plus the following month. So if you were able to get him to make your listing, it would run till the end of May. So you got good bang for your buck, and his call is Whiskey 6 Bravo Delta Whiskey W6BDW, and his net is on Monday through Friday at 11:30 a.m. on 7135, and of course the 40 meter swap is on Saturday and Sunday. Is on at 12:30 Pacific time till about 2 when they stop taking listings and do readbacks on 7140. But as long as you're a licensed ham, you can still get your listing on those two nets.
Oh, Armand, you're out of practice. 7230 and 7240, not 71.
Yeah, well, I'm getting rusty.
I was going to say, when did they move down to the extra portion?
Yeah, stop picking on Armand, Frankie. I forget that. Yeah, the brand's getting scrambled. 7240 and 7235, Paul.
Yeah, no picking on Armand, Frankie.
Oh, Armand can take it. And, Paul, I put those two calls in the chat so you can look them up that way, too.
Okay. I got to find a pen, though. I wasn't able to copy anything down, so... thanks, Frank. I'll take a look. So, all right. Well, thanks for the info there, Armand, and I will see if I can figure this out. But yeah, it's a stumper. I'm pretty good at figuring out radios, but this one is just a stumper. So, all right. Well, thank you very much, KA6PDY.
All righty, KA6PDY, WB2ZEI. I forgot now. See, I forget. Was there another station in there with Paul?
I just tell him Frankie did not pick on my buddy Armand.
What about Steve-O?
Oh, you're right. He was the other station. KE6 LJQ, WB2's LQ. Yeah, see, now I'm going to mess up his call. Go ahead, Steve.
Oh, they have you flustered today. They shouldn't pick on you. Shouldn't pick on you. Good evening. Kilo Echo 6 Lima, Quebec, Juliet, Steve. Just heading back from open mic where I exercised my new strings on my guitar.
Yeah, I was thinking of you at this facility. They have an activities group. Some girls, ladies, however you would like to call them. They were so cute, they did karaoke, and some of them were pretty good. In my estimation, of course, I'm not a karaokeist, but they try to liven up the residents here, and young girls with good voices, and they were really building it out. And I'm thinking, yeah, I wish Steve were here.
Funny you should mention that because I
have thought about doing that, bringing my guitar and coming to some of the facilities. I don't have a, let's say, repertoire, my brother was a musician, so he could set up a set list and go. I mean, I can set up songs and play, but yeah, that would be fun. I might have to investigate that a little further.
Yeah, they gave it their all. They did yeah, they did the best they could, and they tried. But it wasn't something you want to press onto vinyl or digitize. But they did their best. Thanks, Steve, for checking in and saying howdy. And I'm glad you exercised the strings on your guitar. And good to hear from you. KE6LTJ, have a good night. WB2ZEI.
Hi, Armand. Thank you for carrying on. We missed you while you were gone, Ed. At least I did. And yeah, thanks for the Dennis's information. He listed my antenna on their swap meet, on the 40 meter swap meet. So I heard it the other day. So, all right. Well, I'm almost back to Sacramento. So I'll say goodnight to the net and you. 73 KE6LQJ.
Okay, it's time to clear. Siri is telling me it's 9:27. Oh, I have to read Jeff's listing. Cannot. Yeah, I think I did live. Now I forgot. I think we did talk about Jeff's listing, the TS 990 for 5K, $5,000 flagship Kenwood radio. Real quickly, if you're interested in a good clean TS 990, contact Jeff tomorrow. You can raid your bank account before they raise the tariffs. But see, there's no tariffs on used gear, so that's good. 205-2200 in the 916. Again, 916-205-2200. And you think the TS 990 is a lot. He's got a whole stack of stuff. And maybe one of these days we can convince him to give us a bigger list. Anyway, again, one more last time before it hits 0530. Anybody else with any other traffic for the net before we close?
Armand, I care about you and love you, and just giving you a hard time with the in a good way. You right?
Yeah, but Frank, when you're wrong, man. It's just brain fade, so can't be giving out wrong information, and not a problem.
Well, that's why you got research and development back for now. All right, let's wrap it up.
All right, we'll say goodnight to the crickets. Good night to everybody, and we'll see everybody next week. From whence we don't know, but we'll be here at 8 o'clock, and enjoy the rain and the weather, and the 80 degrees and whatever else is going to come our way. Siri says it's 9:30, and I say WB2ZEI clearing closing to NorCal swap to N6ICW at 0530. Good night, all.
Good night, Armand. Oh, there go those darn crickets again. KG6NLW.
Coming out on the East Coast, Frank, so we better get a recording of all the locusts that come out every 17 years.
I'll see if I can find it for next week. Hi. All right, 73, Armand. And with that, folks, I want to thank everyone who hung out, and hopefully y'all enjoyed this. I should be back again next week. We shall see what happens. Next Friday is the first Friday of May. That means my CQ, or not CQ, that's the next time. The first Friday of the month is my Q and AMA. which means you come here and you can ask me anything you want. Now, I have the right of refusal to answer. I will say that. But you can ask me anything, it can be ham related, pressing ham questions, whatever, train related, because I do train stuff, obviously, and more. So, yeah, feel free to stop on by, say hi, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because you'll see me coming back with a lot more live streams. Until next time, 73, and put on, y'all. Yes, Sean, anything.